What an argument in court. Wow. The defense or the state versus the defense. And the argument is about, I wouldn't even say the admissibility of the evidence gathered or recorded by the magistrate being magistrate Cronch. Now, you will remember, let me give you a little bit of context. The magistrate then was doing her work. She did everything, recording everything, but when she was doing that, she was busy recording whatever was happening without the consent of accused number 2, being Bongani Ntanzi. The argument that the lawyers that brought today, which was clearly highlighted by Advocate Mchololo, was that, listen, as the state argues that no, this is okay in terms of the law about interceptions of communication. This was supposed to be was for a personal use, of which in that situation she was a participant. So look, that was the argument from Advocate Baloy. The defense came from a different angle and said, listen, okay, we get that. It was for a personal use. However, whatever is happening in this country, we must not look at one law and base our decision. We must look at the entirety of the law. So we are saying she violated the rights of accused number 2 by not explaining that she was going to record a video that would have been used in court. And I'm like, wow. This angle, that's a violation of the Bill of Rights. Accused number 2 should have been told that, listen, this thing that I'm recording right now will be used against you in court. As much as there was a documentation, I'm like, wow. Yeah, but are you interested? I'm so excited today. But are you interested to take this journey with me? If you are, then please stick around. As you stick around, there's just a few things that I'm looking for. I will request from you. The number 1 is 1, you subscribe. 2, you like the video. 3, you comment in the comment section below. 4, you share this video. 5, you watch the ads. 6, you need to watch this video until the end. All right, good people. Why do you need to do all of these exciting things like I am today? Well, you need to do it because, when you do it, you are actually forcing the algorithm to say, hey, go get more people. You know what I'm saying? So in today's proceeding, I'm even jumping certain things because I'm so excited. In today's proceeding, it made me question, I won't lie to you. It made me ask myself, okay, so the lawyers here are basically seeing that, accused number 2, this is going to bury him. I don't know, because I'm not the one who's always saying things like this, but today's proceeding made me question, and they were like, wow. The evidence therein, does it contain an incriminating evidence so much so that they can see that it's going to be difficult to counter-argue that? But at the same time, let me tell you this. It was very educational for all of us, how the use of or the interception of information. You can't just record somebody without you can't just record somebody without their consent. By the way, we are continuing to violate the Constitution. Do you know that? Let me not go there. They will come for me. Advocate Baloy mentioned that the defense has challenged the admissibility of this statement, stating it was made under duress and was not signed. We mentioned that Crunch made the recording. She testified she did not inform the accused and his legal representative. That was the magistrate confirming indeed that no, really, I did not even inform them. But guys, I don't think it's an insult, but other people say it's an insult. Yeah. For the fact that the accused number 1 was not told that I am recording, whereas when it comes to the form, accused number 2, man, not 1, was told that now I am documenting this, was asked certain questions. The lawyers are arguing that to say, even with the video, He should have been told. And I was like, wow. Yay, I'll go again. So yeah, they spoke about the fact that some of the information does not appear on the pro forma because obviously they've been intentionally omitted. The state seeks to tender its seek to tender this recording evidence. The defense was given an opportunity to listen to it over a period of 2 days. We want to substitute the evidence of Kronje with the recording. Now that was Baloyi ambushing everything, because at first Baloyi was not gonna use this. Advocate Baloyi, ngoba phela Baloyi. Asimiyeke noBaloyi. Ayishela ingoma ethi asuyeke nomjolo yasehlula siyofela khona singamadela kufa athi umjolo ususixakile lo muntu ohlala naye endlini akakutha. Hey, I'm not a singer. The defense case not yet been put to the magistrate court. We submit that the authenticity of the recording being challenged by the defense. So I did not mention that they are challenging the authenticity of the recording itself. Baloyi indicated the recording was not meant for an official use, but made out of practice to safeguard herself, which is a point that I've already said, to say this recording from the beginning was never meant to be used in court. It was just for herself. Now the state want to use the same thing that was not made for, which violates the Bill of Rights. According to the defense, they were like, never over our dead body. We submit the originality and the authenticity of the authenticity being challenged. And now Baloyi then referred to Section 2 Interception and Monitoring Act, which deals with intercepting and communicating to prevent a crime. He says this section does not apply to the application before the court, meaning he was saying that Magistrate Kronje did not necessarily record this with an intention of committing a criminal offense. Therefore, she did not violate that law, of which I don't think the defense also argued that. The defense did not argue that. The defense was just arguing one point, and that is Bongani Ntanzi, accused number 2, did not consent to this. I was like, to submit the recording is relevant, as the court can listen to the recording to determine whether accused number 2 made the statement freely and voluntarily. The question that must be asked, what is the nature of this recording? Baloyi will submit the recording is relevant. Baloyi says the recording consists of objective reliability. You my daughter. Yeah. Now we need to come to this one. Hey guys, today I was shaking. Not today, guys. I will admit, today I was shaking. I was like, wow, what is coming up here? You know what I'm saying? What is going to happen when Baloyi says the recording consists of objective reliability? Baloyi will therefore submit, my lord, that the recording by Ms. Kronje is real evidence. He says the recording should have been viewed as a tape recording of proceeding. We make a submission that the recording is similar to a tape recording. But remember, the problem with the defense is that no matter what we are saying, Baloyi, in all those in the tape recording, the participant thereon must have been informed. This thing is like, we are filming. As we are filming, then people are busy passing by. You are disturbing us. In other words, we are filming something that is going to be on SAPC. When I make an example, we must inform you guys that please don't pass. We must actually put a tape so that you don't cross that tape. Because anything that is within that tape, we are recording. Any movement, people might be moving intentionally within that tape. But those people, they form part and parcel of the production. When they are shooting a movie, they will be shooting a movie as if they are in the mall. You know what I'm saying? And there are a lot of people. Those lot of people that are there, they are intentional. That means they have consent. They consent to be there. Because of that, that movie will play anywhere. Nobody was going to contest the Bill of Rights thereon to say, I did not consent to be there. Imagine recording a full production and there are people that are appearing and those people says, I did not consent to be there. Can I be removed? How are you going to remove that person? That is a similar strategy that the defense they're asking to say, he did not consent to be part and parcel of that. Did you inform him? No. Because maybe had you informed him, he will not have decided. Maybe he will not have decided to be part and parcel of this. It was so quite interesting. But again, now Baro is reading the authenticity and the veracity of the recording. He is quoting a case law of support to support. Like he quoted as case law to support his statement. Blah 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 blah. Now Baloyi argued the audio and the recording be played in court. I will submit the best way to proceed is to listen to the recording, which will also assist the court in reaching its conclusion. Baloyi. It was lit. It was lit. Now, the judge then asked Baloyi about the invasion of accused number two's right to privacy, whether the recording does affect that. Baloyi says that the accused number two's privacy was not invaded because he was given a statement to a magistrate. He was giving a statement to a magistrate. Do you understand the argument from the lawyer from the defense? It emanated right here. It just highlights exactly the argument of the lawyers, because the lawyers of the defense, they are saying here, Baloyi says the right to privacy, whether that recording does affect that or not. Baloyi says that accused number two's privacy was not invaded because he was giving a statement to the magistrate. As a consequence to that, as he was giving a statement, then Advocate Baloyi is saying no. Then this magistrate recorded that. And then, so he's saying, based on that, his privacy was not invaded, right? And then the defense says, but did he consent to that? Okay. So was that an infringement to accuse number two's to accuse number two's privacy, right to privacy? Okay. Baloyi then quoted a lot of cases that I'm not going to go through because I think I need to save your data as well. Not all of you guys have got Wi-Fi like me, so I need to be cognizant of that. So he then quoted a lot of cases now, which was good, in terms of substantiating his point. Quoted a lot of them. Quoted a lot of them. Right? It was very interesting to listen to. You understand what I'm saying? Except one thing. Hey, Baloyi, if he can just remove the hi Baloyi, man. If you can just remove that, but don't get me wrong. The points, the content, the context thereon was well argued. What an argument. It is very educational, even to us as civilians, to say, you don't just take things thinking that you are doing the right thing. You know, there's procedure to everything. You break that procedure, no matter. It's like there's this case of a guy who raped a girl around Katlehong, if I'm not mistaken. I was told about that story. We were driving around the other time, and then somebody told me the story. And that person was out because as people were busy voicing out their anger, they actually destroyed an evidence. It's just, I don't know if you see what I'm saying. So now in court, lawyers, the court is based on evidence. As they were busy arguing, they say, where's the evidence? The evidence is no longer there because the community, out of their anger, destroyed the evidence. So I'm saying there's more education in this case as to the things that if we want somebody to be arrested in a community, somebody that is terrorizing us in the community, sometimes we destroy the evidence because we're acting out of our anger, the things that we do. But again, not to mention the police, eh? The less I said about those ones, the better. I didn't say anything, allegedly. Because they can destroy the case simple and easy for you. You know what I'm saying? And it just is happening, you know what I'm saying, to see. Okay, let's continue. So, Judge, what is the state's view on the invasion of privacy of accused number two? Okay, and then let's continue. Aige, Baloy, Atu Baloy, we submit that the recording in the electronic version of what the accused was telling the magistrate, there is no room to say his privacy was infringed. Okay? Asugum Mgomezul. Mgomezul was like, bring Advocate Baloy here. I want to deal with Advocate. Bring him here. And then he was brought to him. Then Advocate Mgomezul, for accused number 1 and 2, is this court is seized with an inquiry to make a decision on the admissibility of a statement alleged made by accused number 2, which the defense object to, among the other things, because of the jurors coupled with some other things. Jurors means this evidence was, this person was forced to make this evidence, right? I don't know if you get it. Advocate Mgomezulu then says, before that, also some of the points that were said by Advocate Baloy was that the primary evidence, as we indicated, is in the laptop. Ms. Crouch recorded the proceeding on, and we understand the laptop is still available. That means we can still get that laptop. Advocate Tulane is now arguing. He says that he will oppose the application because they are also disputing that the statement confession was made freely and voluntarily. He says it was under duress. Right. As I've said that, okay, Mgomezulu, the duty of a magistrate was to take down a confession in writing. There is no extension provided in the act of other duties. If I was laughing in the laugh of the movies, I would be like, because come to think of it, well, the role of the magistrate, what did the Constitution really gave him the right to go do all those things? So yes, I was saying, I said, what is her duties in, what does it entail? You know what I'm saying? So according to Advocate Mgomezulu, she was like, no. He was like, no. Pelawena, you have just crossed the boundaries. You were not told to go as far as this one. Pelawena, you have just crossed the boundaries, right? Mgomezulu, in relation to the audio, such rights were not offered him with regards to that recording. The witness, Crouch, went to an extent of violating his right. So that is where he came from, right? This point of violation of rights, it's the point that Advocate Mshololo is going to exhaust it as well. Please notice, the rights of accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi, in recording this video or this audio, if it's an audio, because I'm lost between an audio and a video. If it's an audio or video, the rights thereon are violated. Mgomezulu, the duty of the magistrate was to take the statement in writing. There is no provision for an extension of other duties. Judge, in other words, the court should ignore that she said it took on an audio recording, or it's an audio, not a video. Mgomezulu says, yeah, ignore that thing when I judge. Okay, Mgomezulu says the sufficient to come and decision without listening to the recording. Okay, yes. So Mgomezulu then says it is their submission that the court can come to a decision without having listened to the recording. He says no rights were explained to the accused and his rights were infringed. Mgomezulu says the duty of a magistrate was to take down a statement. I've already exhausted that. Now, Mgomezulu then stated again categorically clear that, listen, the rights of accused number 2 were violated. But I'm saying this point is gonna be explained by Advocate Mshololo, because the way she came, the angle of Advocate Mshololo really highlighted this very well. How is it the recording taken? Look, how this is advocating Mgomezulu. How was it the recording taken? Was it only the person who was taking it that knew that it was being taken? It is my submission. Because of that, it should be excluded because the accused's rights were infringed. Ngomezulu. So, such evidence should be excluded where the right is infringed. The tape recording should be excluded as it hampered the administration of justice. Ngomezulu, so basically saying that the crunch who admitted she didn't tell Ntanzi or anyone that she was recording the alleged confession violated Ntanzi's right by not disclosing it. Hey. Like I said to you guys, to me, that was quite educational. I think I want to go do law, man. Ew. I was like intrigued by this conversation and these arguments in court. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. Come on. I was sitting there, I was like, come on, advocate. You know what I'm saying? Okay, obviously, I wasn't doing it the way when I evidence obtained in the manner that it violates any rights in the Bill of Rights must be excluded in the admission of that evidence will render the trial unfair and otherwise the detrimental of the administration of justice. That is the point. That as well, I was like, wow. I'm interested in the conclusion, how the judge is going to rule on this one. Right. Ngomezulu has quoted the section 35, 35 bracket 5 of the Constitution on the procurement of evidence. So we're not going to talk about what it says. I will submit that the state by bringing an ambush disclosure so that there might be patent and latent defense on a pro forma. Gomezulu, if there were no issue with the pro forma, surely there will be no need to introduce the recording. That point as well, and I was like, wow. Okay. Here, I felt it. I was like, why will you, like, these are my phone. These are two phones, right? So, both of these phones, they do the same thing, right? That is to call. So, tell me something. You can't, like, these phones, you can't say, you can't justify not using the other phone when it has got airtime. Or when, let's say I put same airtime in these phones, right? 50 rand. And then when you say you're not gonna call using this one, but you wanna use this one, but you still want to argue that this one makes much. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a faster call. The calls are the same. Do you get a point? The point here is, how best can I distribute? If the first evidence, being the pro forma, is right and sufficient, you don't need the second evidence, which is the voice note or the voice recording. Why do you need this one when this one is sufficient? That is like, wow, I got it. Why do we need the audio if this one really was sufficient? If you don't get it, forget about it. Basically, argues that accused number 2's rights were violated by the taking of the recording without his knowledge. These tape recordings should be excluded in a sense that they will infringe the right enshrined in the Bill of Rights. In the event there was no recording, the application will not be that that the court will be difficult to arrive at a conclusion. And that's another point as well. If there was no recording, the court would have still make a decision on the basis of the pro forma, right? It's a pro forma what? Yes. The court would have made a decision on top of or using that. So why do we need the voice note? That's why I'm thinking to myself, if the two contains the same thing, why are we? So for the fact that Baloyi admit that there is something that is found in the audio which is not found in the paper, it tells me that the person should have consented to that as well. Because by virtue of you saying there is an added or additional information in the video that is not on paper, that person should have consented to that video as well. I don't know if you see what I'm saying. Mgomezulu look saying that, okay, let's leave this one. Then Mgomezulu, when he was done, Charles Mnisi is now arguing on behalf of accused number 3. Right. Utumnisi, it is very unfortunate that we are holding a trial within a trial. Another aspect comes up which will also necessitate another trial within a trial, the audio recording, my lord. Utumnisi, listen carefully, listen to the argument, Gamnis. There is a trial within a trial. But within the trial within a trial, there must be another trial. You didn't get it. There is a trial of Senzo Meiwa. Within the trial of Senzo Meiwa, there was then a trial. There was then what you call it, a trial within a trial. That is number 2, right? Now, out of number 2, whilst we were still deliberating or arguing on number 2, it necessitated us to have number 3, which is an extended argument emanating from argument number 2. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. There's no best way I can say it. Argument number 1 is the case of Senzo Meiwa in general. Then there's a trial within a trial where we are looking at the confession made by accused number 1 and 2. But within the confession made by accused number 1 and 2, we need to argue the third point being the fact that the manner in which it was acquired, it is wrong. That is the argument now of Charles Mnisi. He came from that angle to say it was wrong, which means he's still adding to the argument made by advocate Mgomezulu to say the Bill of Rights for accused number 2, as this was being recorded, it was violated. Okay, this says these two separate process. Within that first trial within a trial, something came up, then necessitated a trial within a trial, which is the second one, which is now, I remember that I said there's one, the trial of Senzo Meiwa, and then there's a trial within a trial. Then out of the trial within a trial, then we move to the third one. The judge commands, we are in a trial within a trial on an audio version, and the judge was like, basically, no, Mnisi, man, we are already in a trial within a trial that you are talking about, which is the last point that I named. The judge was like, they are running more or less like concurrently, or he used a certain word there that I've just forgotten. And I said what I'm saying. The content of the dictaphone could be submitted, and the magistrate himself should have listened to the court of the recording being played, even if he had to do it in an earphone. That was Mgomezulu local. The judge, I can declare that we are also holding a trial within a trial. If that's what we are doing, I cannot take it any forward. The judge, the process is continuous. So it's a trial within a trial, but within that trial within a trial, there's another trial. Oh, my God. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Then the judge quoted Judge Van Wyk what because there were a lot of quoting and what that was done here. Then from Advocate Mnisi, we then went to Advocate Nxumalo. Advocate Ramasepere did not speak, only Nxumalo. Nxumalo says, Nami, I'm of the same view. Nxumalo then argued and said, no, I think he quoted what? I think he quoted what? I forgot what he quoted. I will remember. When I remember, I will tell you. After Nxumalo, then Mshololo, the ever ready one. The magistrate ought to have explained the right of the accused regarding the recording. The recording would have been used. The magistrate should have told the accused that this recording will be used against you in court. Therefore, she proceeded without the recording of the audio. Right. And then my lord decided to ask, at some point, ask Advocate Nxumalo, what are you saying? And Advocate Nxumalo says, my lord, I still stand on my submission, and I am happy that the court is quoting the matter where no right at that time. Advocate Mshololo says, okay, after that, Advocate Mshololo had said this as well. The right were violated. Those constitutional rights ought to have been explained to accused number 2 before the recording was made. So Advocate Mshololo still argues that the Bill of Rights were violated, and then she says, saying that they listen to the, she says, having listened to the recording, it does contain incriminating information, and accused was never warned before the recording was made. Let me repeat this one. Advocate Mshololo says, having listened to the recording, it does contain incriminating information, and the accused was never warned before the recording was made. Until such a ruling has been made, the video recording, which was unconstitutionally obtained, should not be played to the court because it contained incriminating evidence. That is the now I don't know if you didn't hear this, but yeah. Advocate Mshololo, let me repeat her statement. Until such a ruling is made, the video recording, which was unconstitutionally obtained, should not be played in the court because it contained incriminating evidence. I beg few. Today, I like what was happening. Now the judge says, okay, I hear you. This is me trying to summarize everything because, wow. A court, Begu. You know what I'm saying, Begu? Yeah, Begu. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So then the judge says, okay, no problem. What I'm going to do, I am going to sit down and the court will then have to make a decision. Then the court, the Advocate Mshololo then, she says that the trial within a trial should proceed without the court listening to the recording. Only after the trial within a trial, then the court will then listen to the proceeding. Okay? Let me get this note. Now the judge says, now I am going to make a decision, Judge Rata. He said that, okay, tomorrow at about 10 a.m., when this court resume again, I will deliver a judgment concerning this. I will tell what it should happen. Are we going to be privileged to listen to the audio or not? Are they going to exclude us because they've got a tendency, or when things are nice, they don't include us. But such as the pictures. Naturally, we should have been exposed to the pictures, but I'm gonna get the pictures anyway. Not we should have gotten the pictures, to say, oh, accused number 1 and 3, we're taking pictures here. Maybe tomorrow they will come back and. Because I'm telling you, these people, when things are nice, they don't want to include us. But when things are not nice, they include us. Yeah, but it's like their time. When they say, hi, we'll be back in 15 minutes, their 15 minutes is 30 minutes. Their watch is not the same as ours. It's always different. Theirs is always different. That's the problem about these people. But yeah, let's hope tomorrow they will also include us as they make the decision. But I want to conclude this video, and as I will look tomorrow, then we will then hear whether this confession admissible. Mokgatleng will then will deliver that whether it is admissible or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether the audio will be listened or not. But what an incredible argument that were posed before a court today. To me, I found a lot of things to be very educational, entertaining at the same time. But I am very, 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 very intrigued by a lot of things that were said. Having said the fact that I'm intrigued by a lot of things that were said there, somehow I could actually come to a conclusion that, wow, Ntanzi, it doesn't look good. I know it doesn't look good. Is Ntanzi guilty? Yeah, I know things are not looking good. Things are not looking good. Things are not looking good. Yo. No, I don't want to lie to you. Things are not looking good from where I'm standing. I don't know what to say, but Do you think he will make it? I'm asking you. Do you think he will make it? From what I've seen, the prospect of winning this one, I am very slim. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. But until then, please take care.